Good morning, everyone. Myself, Dr. Sudipta Chakraborty, DNB trainee, first year from Apollo Clinicals Hospital. Sir, I will be presenting a test report of Crohn's disease in a elderly patient.
Your screen, please share your screen.
Screen share karo.
Yes,
Yes.
visible now.
Sir, should I start?
Yeah. Start.
So, this 82-year male patient, known case of Crohn's disease and diabetes mellitus on sulfasalazine azathioprine, with a known history of surgery of Crohn's disease fistula 25 years back, presented with subacute intestinal obstruction secondary to Crohn's disease. On general examination, he had pallor and clubbing with generalized joint pain and an irregular shaped mass 3 cm in diameter, firm in consistency, palpable in the right lumbar and epigastric region. On initial blood workup, complete hemogram and metabolic profile was more or less within normal limits, except hemoglobin was 9 gram %, CRP was 12.7. Fecal calprotectin was found to be 2636. MR angiography showed a long segmental distal ileal loop dilatation and loss of segmentation, forming pipe-like appearance, deformed ileocecal junction with mesenteric thickening and right iliac lymphadenopathy. Lower GI endoscopy was also done, showing terminal ileitis with partial stricture. There was biopsy done, which showed non-specific ileitis. There was also TB gene expert, CVNAT was also done from the tissue, which was found to be negative. The other tests were done to detect any latent infection like TB gene expert, HBV DNA, hepatitis C, HIV, Mantoux test, IGRA, which all were negative. Initially, the patient was managed conservatively for his subacute intestinal obstruction, from which he recovered within 3 days. After those workup, he was started on injection adalimumab 160 milligram, which was planned to be given over 4 weeks. But after receiving 80 milligram, he developed fever, pain abdomen, bloating of the abdomen, guarding of the abdomen, and sluggish IPS with raising total count CRP. Injection adalimumab was stopped. CECT whole abdomen was done, which showed terminal ileal perforation with abscess formation. He underwent laparotomy plus additional ileal resection and ileostomy. He developed sepsis due to MDI Klebsiella in abdominal pus, Proteus mirabilis, and Enterococcus fecalis in the abdominal wound, which were treated according to the culture sensitivity, and also the other complications of surgery were treated conservatively. After 7 days, he was again worked up for any underlying sepsis, which came back negative and was started on mesalamine and budesonide. But after 5 days, due to derangement of liver enzymes, increasing total count, frequent mood swings, they had to be stopped, and the above mentioned symptoms and parameters improved after stopping them. Currently, the patient is discharged at home and is undergoing nutritional status improvement. So this patient of 82 years old, although was on dual immunosuppressive therapy, but it was without optimal control. As per CDAI score, it was 324. Their top-down approach was initiated with injection adalimumab in gradual divided doses. Other options were ustekinumab and vedolizumab, but the treatment had failed as he was operated again for small bowel obstruction. He was started on standard treatment of corticosteroid, budesonide, and mesalamine, which were again stopped for their side effects. So this elderly patient with a high disease activity of Crohn's has almost failed in all the treatment modalities that could have been used, including the newer generation biologicals, which are the main modality of treatment. In elderly, there is an unique problem to the clinicians worldwide, as there is limited evidence for treating the patients in these age populations, and thus most of the treatment patterns has found to be suboptimal as is in this patient. Thank you.